Roman Reigns' new threat. Jacob Fatu's rise. Bloodline civil war. Empire about to fall. Tribal war begins. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. What if the most dangerous threat to Roman Reigns isn't Cody Rhodes, isn't Seth Rollins, but somebody who used to stand beside the Bloodline? And what if Jacob Fatu's latest actions weren't just another angry outburst, but the beginning of a full-blown civil war inside WWE's most dominant family? Because something feels different now. Seriously different. And if you've been paying attention lately, you probably noticed it too. Jacob Fatu isn't acting like a man who wants approval anymore. He's acting like a man who wants control. There's a huge difference. One guy fights for respect. The other guy burns the entire kingdom down just to sit on the throne himself. And honestly, Roman Reigns might finally be dealing with somebody who's too wild to manipulate. That's the scary part. Because Roman has dealt with betrayal before. We've seen it with Sami Zayn. We've seen cracks with Jey Uso. We've seen tension with Solo Sikoa. But Jacob Fatu feels different. He doesn't move like somebody trying to impress the tribal chief. He moves like somebody who's tired of hearing the words tribal chief at all. And fans are starting to notice the signs. You can feel it in the promos. In the stares. In the way Jacob carries himself. The dude walks around like he's one bad night away from flattening the entire bloodline by himself. Which, honestly, he probably could. The man wrestles like somebody gave a tank human emotions. Every time he hits the ring, it looks less like a wrestling match and more like a crime scene investigation waiting to happen. And Roman Reigns knows it. That's why this story is getting interesting. Because for the first time in a long time, Roman might not be controlling the narrative anymore. Think about how Roman built the bloodline in the first place. Fear. Loyalty. Manipulation. Respect. Sometimes love. Sometimes guilt. He made everybody orbit around him like planets around the sun. Jey Uso became emotionally trapped. Jimmy followed family loyalty. Solo became the silent enforcer. Paul Heyman practically aged 10 years every week trying to keep the whole thing together. Seriously, Heyman's stress levels deserve their own championship belt at this point. But Jacob Fatu? Jacob doesn't look emotionally trapped. He looks emotionally done. And that changes everything. Because the moment somebody stops caring about the consequences, they become unpredictable. Roman can handle strategy. Roman can handle politics. Roman can handle backstage games. But chaos? Real chaos? That's harder to control. Jacob Fatu brings chaos every single time he appears on screen. And fans love it. You can hear the reactions getting louder every week. People aren't just cheering because he's destructive. They're cheering because he feels real. He feels dangerous in a way WWE rarely captures anymore. Not script dangerous. Not villain dangerous. Legit dangerous. Like your TV should come with insurance coverage whenever this man appears. And what makes this even crazier is the timing. Roman Reigns already has enemies everywhere. Cody Rhodes still wants redemption. Seth Rollins is always lurking around like a sleep-deprived mastermind with unfinished business. CM Punk has his own chaos brewing. The roster is stacked with people who want Roman gone. But while Roman's looking outside the castle walls, Jacob Fatu might be inside lighting the throne room on fire. That's the nightmare scenario. And honestly, WWE has been dropping tiny hints for months. Little moments. Small expressions. The refusal to fully acknowledge Roman. The aggression that goes beyond normal bloodline business. Jacob acts less like a soldier and more like an invading force wearing bloodline colors temporarily. That's terrifying if you're Roman Reigns. Because Roman understands power better than almost anyone in WWE history. He knows the most dangerous enemies are the ones closest to you. The ones who know your habits, your weaknesses, your blind spots. And Jacob Fatu? He understands bloodline culture better than almost anybody. But here's where things get really interesting. What if Jacob Fatu isn't trying to destroy the bloodline? What if he's trying to save it? Yeah. Think about that for a second. Because depending on how you look at this story, Jacob might actually believe Roman weakened the family. Under Roman, the bloodline became less about family pride and more about Roman's ego. Everybody served Roman. Everybody protected Roman. Everybody sacrificed for Roman. And eventually people started asking a dangerous question. What exactly was Roman sacrificing for them? That question destroyed JUSO mentally. It created resentment everywhere. Even Solo started looking conflicted at times. And now Jacob Fatu arrives with this unstoppable energy that basically screams, enough. Not acknowledge me. Enough. And fans connect with that because it feels layered. It feels personal. This isn't just about championships anymore. It's about legacy, ownership, identity. Who really represents the family now? Roman built the empire. But Jacob looks like he was born to survive the war after the empire collapses. That's cinema right there. And you already know WWE fans are split down the middle over this. Some people still ride with Roman no matter what. Others think Jacob Fatu is the future of the entire bloodline story. Comment down below because I genuinely want to know where you stand on this. Is Roman still the true tribal chief? Or has Jacob Fatu already outgrown him? Because the crowd reactions are becoming impossible to ignore. And Roman notices crowd reactions. Oh, he definitely notices. Roman's entire character is built around control and acknowledgement. So imagine hearing fans explode louder and louder for the one guy in the family who clearly doesn't fear you. That's got to eat at Roman internally. Especially because Jacob doesn't act impressed by Roman's aura. Most people stand near Roman Reigns and instantly look smaller. Jacob somehow makes the whole room feel unstable instead. That's rare. Very rare. And honestly, there's another layer nobody talks about enough. Paul Heyman. Watch Heyman carefully whenever Jacob Fatu is involved. Seriously. The man looks like he's trying to calculate 12 disasters simultaneously. Heyman understands dangerous people better than anybody in wrestling history. He survived Brock Lesnar. He survived CM Punk. He survived ECW stress, which honestly should qualify somebody for military benefits. But even Heyman seems uneasy around